FKP. Today, we're going to be talking about silencers, but mostly one can, and I will bring out these other cans. So if you don't know what Superior Defense is, don't really look into it. It's fucking terrible. It's something that I do. Superior Defense, Silencer Co. I had the ability to actually, in my words, I bullied some people, and long story fucking short, I was able to convince Silencer Co. to re-release a can that when I first got into shooting, I absolutely fucking loved. I don't know the last time they actually released this, or even if they have any original ones in stock, but I was able to get them to re-release a can with Superior Defense. Really excited about this thing. It's been a project that's been ongoing for a while. And I'll talk about these other cans and how we got to this one. So one of the first cans when I first got into guns was going to be M4 2000, right? AAC M4 2000. That was the fucking cool guy can for fucking ever. Silencer comes on the scene. They released a bunch of other cans. By the time I was able to actually start shooting cans, because I had friends that lived outside of California. If you don't know, I'm from California. Big shocker. I'm sure you couldn't tell. This is one of the cans that Silencer Co. released. It is called a Saker 556. This is a K version. Big shocker. I've actually shot a lot of rounds for this can, and this one has the older style ASR. It is a Charlie, which that means that the threads are on the outside, unlike a Bravo, or as you know, is now called Hub, because everyone's adapted it and trying to actually make it a industry standard. So this is a Saker 556. This is kind of their standard hard use fucking can for 556 that they had forever. And then this is the newest Velos. This one has the newest updated collar on the back for the ASR, which if you watch anything that I've ever released, again, this is the K, Velos K. You can see the size difference between the two. You know that I have this can. I shoot this can quite a bit. It's the can that I wanted the most out of them to produce. And then I actually will have one of these that has a Reardon on it, so it's even shorter. But there is a can when I was getting into guns that I was talking about this, how I convinced them to do a short run for me for Superior Defense, and it is this can right here. This is what they call a Specwar. And you can see a big thing in silencers, a lot of guys are doing or a lot of companies are doing these goofy hieroglyphic looking motherfuckers on the outside, and it carried over into the Velos and, the vented caps and all this other shit, and not my style. I understand them. It's not my favorite looking can or cans. I don't really care too much about that. I do prefer very smooth bodied tube cans. The original Specwar 556, they did make these in a K, and this is a full size, but they are just a tube with some baffle stuffed in there, has a welded front cap, and the original one had a welded ASR to it. So if you had any issues with your mount, you had to send it back, it had to get fixed through them. You have to actually use customer service. The welded cap, if you had a baffle strike, they basically record this thing and then re-welded a cap on there. So very fortunate, again, shout out to Silencer Co. for allowing me to do anything with them, for how much shit I talk about absolutely everything. And I am still trying to become the director of food and beverage there. So once I get on the payroll, then I'll be able to hopefully release some other products. But for the start, we got the Specwar 556. And if you're new to cans, this thing is old technology. It's not a flow through. It's not a low back pressure. It's none of those things. It works really well for 556. The size is, going to be appropriate for that time period. And welded front cap. And you can see on the front, it's got, let's see if we can get it there, Supdef 10-year logo right there up on the front. Focus. There you go. 10-year up on the front, welded cap, smooth profile, right? And then it has a removable Charlie mount, and I stuck with the Charlie over the Bravo. Again, this shit doesn't bother me. I actually think this looks cooler than a Bravo. So we ended up making these. Performs like a high back pressure fucking silencer. works on all the ASR stuff, so it is backwards capable. And let's be real honest here. It looks cool as shit on a standard gun because everything is going towards those, like I said, those hieroglyphic looking fucking cans. And I'm not gonna lie, man, anytime you have the ability to fucking work with a company that you looked up to for a long time is always a cool thing in my book. You know, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I finally have the ability to do so. And there it is. So performance-wise, it's still pretty fucking quiet for what it is. It is gassy. It will be fun to shoot. Move when you shoot. Don't fucking shoot with your fucking mouth open. Wear eye pro, whatever you need to do. But if you have the ability to catch one of these things are going to be fucking cool. And then we have some other projects that we're working on as well. So there it is. That's kind of like an update of what's going on, especially with some Supdef stuff and some Silencer Co shit that I've been working on for a little bit. Specwar, 5.56, full size, ASR on the back, welded front cap, smooth fucking tube, looks fucking rad. Sounds good. I've been shooting it for maybe 2 or 3 months, but there you go. FKP, Supdef, collab can with Silencer Co. As always, this video is sponsored by all of my fucking brands. House Party Distro, Overpass Bags, Superior Defense, shout out to Dirty Kid, shout out to Forward Observations Group, shout out to Tobacco Tactical, releasing some more cigars with those guys. So if you're a cigar guy, shout out to those fucking guys. Room Temp Pizza, all the fucking homies. Spiritus Systems, Spiritus Defense, and I guess myself, FKP.